What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys today. Stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. Man, they're not going to understand us. They can't understand us. You know what I mean? They're not going to understand you. It is what it is, man. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they're not going to understand you. They're not going to get you. Stop trying to make people understand you. Stop trying to convince people that you are who you say you are and all this other stupid, ignorant ass shit we do. You know what I mean? Man, let it ride. Let it go. You know what I mean? You have to grow up. You have to understand it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. You know, years ago, 2009, I was in Tulare, California, and there was this young lady that was dating this guy that I knew, and I was sitting there and I was having a heart-to-heart conversation with her, and I didn't realize the impact that I was going to have on our life. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. I didn't realize the magnitude of the conversation, you know. And I don't even remember the conversation, to be honest with you, at all. You know, I remember us laughing and chopping it up and stuff, you know, but I don't remember the specific moment, this time that we had our last conversation, the time that we last saw each other. You know, I don't remember that, you know. She reached out to me earlier this week, you know. She found me on Facebook, on social media somewhere, and man, sent me a message, and man, we're communicating back and forth. And she shared with me how the last time that we had a conversation, the last time we talked, I helped her in the process of grieving the loss of her father. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. She was going through some stuff that, man, I didn't remember, you know. And again, this is 2009, 2008, 2009 timeframe. You know, I didn't remember, you know, what she was going through, you know. And she was bringing it all back to my remembrance, all back to my, you know, to me, that man, we was having a conversation, and she was going through some stuff. You know, she lost her dad, and she was struggling with the loss of her father. She was struggling with that grief, you know. And our last conversation, man, helped her in the process of healing and moving beyond that. Why am I saying that? Why am I bringing this up? Because family, we have to understand, man, just do what you came here to do. You know what I mean? Man, whether they like you, whether they love you, whether they accept you, whether they embrace you or not, man, it don't matter. Do what you came here to do. Say what you came to say, man, and just let it go. You know what I mean? Just rock it, let it rock out. You know, man, let it play out how it's going to play out. Stop trying to dictate how everything turns out. You can't make somebody like you. You can't make somebody understand you. You can't make somebody fuck with you. And the great majority of the people that we are compassionate about, the great majority of the people that we care about, they can't see us. They can't understand us. They don't understand why we are the way we are. They don't understand why you are the way you are. And they can't understand it because they haven't seen you put in the work. They haven't seen the amount of work that you put in all by yourself. They can't understand why you think the way you think, why you feel, and you're so empathic the way that you are. They don't understand those things. They don't understand how in tune you are with Source, Universe, the Most High. They haven't put in the work. They're not on that level. They're not on that frequency. So they can't understand why you are the way you are. And you're getting frustrated because you can't show them. You can't show them because they don't have the eyes to see, nor do they have the ears to hear. those that you're meant to help, man, they're going to help. They're going to learn. They have eyes to see and ears to hear. And they'll reach out to you in time, or they'll let you know, man, I'm so grateful that you've helped me. Man, you don't even understand how you helped me with da-da-da-da-da. And you said da-da-da-da and da-da-da and woo-doo-doo and blah, blah, blah. And this is what it did for me. This is how it helped me. This is how it opened up my eyes, opened up my understanding. And it did da-da-da-da-da. And man, because you did, because they're in alignment with your journey. They may not be where you're at spiritually. They may not be where you're at emotionally, intellectually, but they're in alignment with your journey. Your journey was to help them along their journey. There's so many people that we're trying to help. There's so many people that we want to help that don't give two fucks about you. They say they love you. They say they care about you. But they can't relate to you at all. And the truth is, they're mad you're the way that you are. They want you to be different. And a lot of times, it'll be your parents, it'll be your own fucking kids that wish you was different. They don't like you the way you are. They want you to be different. They want you to change. And they have no fucking clue that you've put in all the work you put in to become the person that you are today. They have no clue how much you've grown. They have no clue how much you've evolved. They have no clue that this is the best version of you that you've experienced in this lifetime. And you're going to keep evolving. But they have no clue that this is the greatest version of you to manifest itself this far in your life. But they want you to change. They want you to go back to the way you used to be. They want you to be something that they got this imaginary figment thought process in their head of how they think you're supposed to be, of who they think you're supposed to be, doing what the hell they think you should be doing. And you're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy trying to convince them that you're in alignment with Source. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy trying to convince them that you are who you are. Stop wasting your time trying to convince these people that you're the chosen one, that you're an anointed one, and a called one, a star seed, a child of God, whatever it is title you give yourself. Stop trying to convince these people that you are who you are. If they can't see it in your life, if they can't see it through your actions and what you've done, man, fuck them. And I mean that with all due respect. Fuck them. The trip. The Jews didn't recognize Jesus as the Christ. The Jews didn't recognize Jesus as the Son of God. The Jews didn't recognize Jesus as the anointed one, the Messiah, the one they had been looking for all their life. They didn't see Jesus as that one who had been prophesied about for years. They couldn't recognize him as that one. The religious folk, the folk who knew the quote unquote word, couldn't recognize Jesus as the Messiah. as the Christ. They knew the word, but they didn't know the man. Man, that's powerful all in itself. They knew the word. They knew what had been said, but they didn't know the man. They couldn't see the man. They talked to him, but they couldn't see him. They conversed with him. They had conversations with him, but they couldn't hear the anointing in his words. They couldn't recognize the power in his words. They couldn't recognize the power in his life. They saw the miracles. They saw how he healed so many people. But they couldn't recognize the power he possessed. See, there's a whole lot of people. They see you, but they don't see you. They hear you, but they don't hear you. They can't accept the fact that you're the one. They can't accept the fact that you're chosen. They can't accept the fact that you're anointed. You're as powerful as you say you are, and even more powerful. They can't accept the fact that you're nappy-headed ass, you're bald ass, you're fat, you're skinny, whatever it is, how you look or whatever. They can't accept the fact that your ass can be used by God. They can't accept the fact that your ass, because of all the mistakes you've made, all the quote-unquote failures you've had, all the shit you've gone, they can't accept the fact that you can be a beacon of hope, of love, and light. That you are a reflection and manifestation of God. They can't accept that. Not from you. They can accept that from other people. They can accept that about celebrities and people that they respect and that they hold in high esteem. But for whatever reason, they can't accept that about you. And that's really not a reflection on you. That's a reflection of them. But sometimes they'll get us so twisted and so discombobulated, they'll make it about us. And we'll believe that, man, if I just did better, if I just did more, man, I would open up their eyes. They would be able to see me. They would be able to recognize me for who I am. And yet, we miss the fact that even though Jesus walked among his people, even though Jesus fed his people, even though Jesus healed his people, even though Jesus ministered unto his people, they couldn't recognize him. They couldn't see him for who he was. And what God had to show me was Elijah. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's not just you, Elijah. That's all of the chosen ones. That's all of the ones that are here for a purpose, that are healing and resolving their issues and helping others heal and resolve their issues. See, the great majority of us, if not all of us, we're going to have family members, loved ones, friends who stop fucking with us because they can't see us. They don't understand us. They can't recognize us anymore. We've changed and we da-da-da-da, all this other stupid shit they say. Not understanding that we've grown emotionally and spiritually. Not understanding that we've healed so many of our traumas. Not understand that we're in alignment with Source, God the Most High. And although they talk about Source, although they talk about God the Most High, they're not in alignment. They could preach about God. They could teach about God. They could sing about God. They could go to Africa and do all this other stuff about ancestors and all this stuff, and they're still not in alignment. They're like the religious people in the Bible, like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They know the right things to say, but they don't have a relationship. They know everything that was prophesied, that was spoken of the child of God, the Son of God. But they can't understand and recognize the fact that the Son of God stood in their midst. And what that showed me was, man, even though Jesus stood there in their face, even though Jesus stood there in their presence, they couldn't see him. They wouldn't know the child of God, the Son of God, the Messiah, the Anointed One. They couldn't pick him out of a group of 5 people, out of a group of 3. He stood in their presence, and they didn't even know it. They had been waiting their whole life, hoping and praying to be able to be in the presence of him. And he stood there, and they didn't even recognize him. He spoke to them, and they couldn't even understand him. Man, we have to grow up. We have to grow up and understand, man, it is what it is. Everybody ain't gonna get you. Everybody ain't gonna understand why you are the way you are. How come you're not ratchet and ghetto and thugged out in the hood and woo-doo-doo? How come you ain't like that? How come you don't talk this way? How come you don't carry yourself this way? And they'll think there's something wrong with you. It's crazy how all these people think there's something wrong with us. There's something wrong with you. Because you're in alignment with Source. Because you're a manifestation of Source. Because you're a reflection of Source. They think there's something wrong with you. They think there's something wrong with us. They don't even get it. And they're not going to get it. They can't get it. It don't matter how much education they have. It don't matter how much they study. That's all meaningless. They can't see you. They can't recognize you. And it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Let it go. And keep moving forward. Keep pressing towards that mark. Keep trying to grow and heal. Keep being a beacon of hope and love for all the world to see. I love you guys. Happy healing.